experience here in Rio, and we learned so much that I felt like I needed to make this video to share it with moms and daughters who are gonna go to Taylor Swift's concert in the future. She's got a whole nother year of tours happening through December 8th, 2024. So you guys are gonna need this video for sure. Taylor Swift was here in Rio de Janeiro for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Our Saturday concert got canceled due to the death of a fan and extreme heat. So then we went again on Monday. So we have a video of the beginning, the behind the scenes, VIP. That video I'll link up above, and then this video is the rest where we went the second time, and we had a totally different experience in a different area of the stadium, and in the evening when it was cooler, and it was magical. Check it out.
I'm so excited! We are in!
Okay.
We are in!
Here we go. We are in round 2. This time we came at 7 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. So that means it's evening, it's cool, the weather is much better today, but it's also raining. Anyway, we're excited to check out the show. Here we go. All right, let's jump right in. Tip number 1, Google the venue. If you're traveling in to see the concert, which most of you probably are, this is a new city to you. Make sure you know if the venue is an indoor concert hall, if it's an outdoor arena, if there's air conditioning. If you're a diehard fan and you're gonna get there early in the morning, on the outside of the concert location, on the street side, is there shade? Is there cover from sun and rain? You really want to know these things as you're planning your day. The other thing you want to find out from your venue is what you can bring in and what's prohibited. Our venue, we were allowed to bring in prepackaged snacks like granola bars, but you couldn't bring in open bottles, so we couldn't bring in our own bottles of water. Also, they wouldn't let you bring in selfie sticks. There are things like that you really want to know before you go so that you can be very prepared. You can generally find this information on the website or on your digital ticket. It'll generally have like what you can and can't bring into the stadium, like at the bottom of your digital ticket. So go ahead and just check that out and see what information it gives you, and look a little further. If you go an extra step, it'll save you time and money. If you have to like leave your selfie stick or other prohibitive items out, you might not get them back. So just know before you go. The other thing with the venue you really want to check with is drop-off points. So some venues you can just drive right up, drop people off at the concert and take off. A lot of times, especially the bigger the artist, the bigger the show, they close off roads, and they'll generally be able to tell you where drop-offs are. But sometimes it's like a mile away. Sometimes you gotta park in a special spot and take a shuttle in. Sometimes you can only walk in a certain way or drive in a certain way. It creates traffic jams. So you wanna know these things if you're gonna be driving your car in, or like Ubering in if you're gonna have to walk a long way. That's gonna decide what shoes you wear maybe. So this is all good information. That's really good to just, read your tickets, Google it, check out the venue. Even if you just can see photos of it, you're like, oh, okay, there's shade in the front, I'll be okay here. And then inside looks like there's AC, good. Like just a few checkpoints that'll really help you get prepared. So let's talk about the type of ticket to buy to see this concert. Most people just get whatever tickets they can get because they sell out fast. And that's true. If you have the option, you're gonna wanna take a look at what your needs are. If the venue is outdoors and open, do you want to stand in the heat or do you want to sit in the shade? If you're gonna buy VIP tickets, realize that you're gonna be standing at the gate for hours. Because if you're VIP, at least in Rio, was down on the stage but standing room only, so those of us who wanted to get up front had to be there early and like hold the spot, and so you couldn't move and you were there for hours before the show, and then the show itself is 3.5 hours long. And so we did that on the first day, and that was exhausting. We stood in the sun, we were kind of shoulder to shoulder, kind of fighting off people, and if we had to go to the bathroom, one of us had to like leave and come back, and so everyone is just pushing for the front because everyone wants to see Taylor Swift, and we're all excited, and it was friendly, but it was hot and intense. When we went back on Monday, my daughter didn't even want to fight it. She wanted to sit up in the stadium, and we kind of found a space on the stairs because the seats were all taken, and we were able to sit in this section on the stairs and see her great and actually still have a great experience, and it was much better for my daughter. So it depends on the type of fan you are, the type of person you are. Having a seat is nice because the show's long. It's incredible, but it is long. So just keep that in mind when you're gonna go buy tickets. Pay attention to the areas, if it's gonna be in the sun, if it's in a shaded area. VIP is nice, but also it's harder. It is harder because for us it was in direct sunlight, whereas the outer seats were in the shade, and then we had to just stand and hold our spot in the line to be close to the gate to the stage. So that was actually more stressful than it was worth, and I probably wouldn't do it again, but I'm just letting you guys know so you have the knowledge to choose what you want. If you're a VIP fan, go for it and you have your own amazing experience. Okay, so we just listened to the opening show. Sabrina Carpenter, what do you think?
Well, she was good, but I think Taylor Swift is a million times better. Like, she's a good singer.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
So the show was good, cute girl, and now they're setting up for Taylor Swift. The anticipation is killing us. We're so excited. These stands are packed, super packed. We are all waiting for this very electrical moment. We're getting ready. Are you tired, girl?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Busy day.
We're going all night, baby.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be me. Everything's changing, just trying to navigate. I keep on believing I'm gonna find my way with every day. I'm getting older, I feel the weight upon my shoulders. I'm strong enough, I'll rise above. It's all gonna be okay. If I can be anything, I think I'm gonna be me. I know I gotta be me.
Number 3, this is an obvious one, but it needs to be said. Check the weather before you go. In our case, we're in Rio de Janeiro. We live in the city where the concert's held. So I'm like, yeah, it's summertime, it's hot. Well, I didn't know that it was going to be a record-breaking day, that it was up in the hundreds. And that would have, I think, really helped. Why you need to check the weather is because if by chance there's gonna be showers later, if it's gonna rain, you cannot bring in an umbrella. You're gonna wanna be prepared with a rain poncho. If you're going in the springtime when it's cooler, it might be warm during the day, but then it gets cold at night. You're gonna wanna bring a sweater. So pay attention to the weather because it actually can really impact your experience, and you just wanna be prepared. Like if you know it's gonna be really hot, your shoes, your outfit, drinking water, all the preparations you do really do depend on the weather. So make sure you just give it a check, make sure you're prepared, your gear is all set, and then you'll be good to go. Number 4, stay well hydrated the days leading up to the concert, not just the day of. A few days before, make sure you're drinking lots and lots of water. Do a pee check. If your urine is light yellow, you're good, you're hydrated. If it's a dark yellow, keep drinking lots of water. On the day of, we arrived at 1 o'clock and we waited in long lines. And in those lines, we didn't have access to water until we got inside of the concert, but it was super hot. So we were completely soaked, like drenched in our own sweat from head to toe, just from our own sweat alone. And so, like I said, at our concert, there were people getting dehydrated and heat exhausted because they were not prepared. So something that can really help you is just getting hydrated before the concert. Which brings me to number 5, adding on to that, going a step further, get a little bit of extra salt in your diet. Either eat pretzels, French fries, add a little extra salt to your food. Before you go to the concert, try to snag a little restaurant, little salt pack so that you have some salt to take during the concert. There's also salt pills that runners use, but that extra salt will really help you stay hydrated because salt is sodium, which is like a mineral and an electrolyte. It helps regulate your body's fluids, helps you stay hydrated and retain some of that water. So salt is actually a really good thing to have in your system on really hot days. So at the concert, I would really recommend grabbing some extra salt packets from a restaurant and just drinking it down with some water to make sure you stay hydrated. Last but not least, number 6, seek help if you're not feeling good. So moms, keep an eye on your daughters because they're gonna be so excited to see Taylor Swift that they're not going to be hungry because they're just going to be too excited. They're not going to be thinking about drinking water, and they might assume that lightheadedness, dizziness, confusion is just from all of the excitement of the concert. But if you or someone you're with starts to feel dizzy, hot, confused, lightheaded, those are signs of heat exhaustion. And there are tons of aid stations that you don't really see. They're kind of placed out of sight intentionally. But if you ask any of the workers, anybody on the floor, they'll be able to direct you to a first aid station. Go get help, because we had thousands of people literally passing out and missing the concert because they were not paying attention to their body. It needed water and they weren't giving it that, and they weren't paying attention to those heat exhaustion symptoms, and it was very real, and a lot of people were carried away and they missed the concert. So seek help. Don't be worried that you're gonna miss it. Your health is way more important than the concert. It'll all work out, and you really need to just keep your health and the health of your friends and the people with you in mind. So don't try to push through it or be super tough. If you're feeling sick, if you're not feeling well, seek help. It might just be some salt and water and you're off to go, or you rest a little bit, but it could also be something a little more serious, especially if you're in extreme weather conditions. And just so you know, there are first aid stations and like health stations, and just ask and they will direct you to so go to one, use those resources. So as a mom, not a doctor, and having been to the concert twice because it was canceled due to the extreme heat, that first day we waited all day in the heat, and then the concert was canceled an hour before it was supposed to start. So we experienced the whole day and then went back a second time and actually had a wonderful time at the concert. It was totally worth it. It was amazing. It was like life-changing. I still recommend going. But having done that twice and experienced all that extreme weather, those are the best tips I could give you. And then just being aware of your surroundings, yourself, your body, and no matter what, even if it's not super hot, really taking in hydration and water and taking care of your body, even when you're like too excited to even like think about it, it's something you should prioritize. So last but not least, I'm gonna give you my concert supply list, all the things that we brought that really helped. So I'll read it to you. Okay, so here is a list of some items I highly recommend you bring to the concert and have on you, things that you're obviously gonna need, but things that will also help stay comfortable and have fun at the concert. So number 1 is bring those little squishy earplugs. You're still gonna be able to hear the music wonderfully, but I really recommend them because, for one, if you're stuck by a speaker, it's gonna be way too loud. But it's not just that the music is loud, which it is, it's still good. Her sound quality was amazing, but it's the crowd. People are literally losing their minds and they are screaming to the top of their lungs, song after song. Most people lose their voices at the end of the concert because they're just screaming. So 60,000 people screaming like in your ear, it makes my ears like numb after like 5 minutes. So I highly recommend bringing those little earbuds because the crowd is deafening. All right, here's the rest of the list. Water, sunscreen, salt tablets, or salt packets from a restaurant if you can get them. Advil, comfortable shoes. Girls, go for comfort over cute because you will be standing for hours. Trust me, you'll thank me. Wear your most comfortable shoes. Portable cell phone charger, especially if you're gonna try to call an Uber at the end. You're gonna be filming the whole time. Portable charger, you're gonna need it. Binoculars and fanny packs. I like fanny packs because they're light and they're in the front, so it's easy access, but also like easy supervision. If you have in a backpack, you don't know who's taking stuff out of it and you won't be able to feel it, especially when you're dancing and stuff. So a front pack is really nice for that visibility and safety in front. You're also gonna want gum, tissues, hair ties, and hand sanitizer. The Taylor Swift concert was so good, like literally so good, so amazing. I was mesmerized by her passion, her talent, her beauty, and as a mom, I didn't even know all of the songs that she sang, but still it was so entertaining just to watch her. Like, we loved it. We had a wonderful experience. I had a beautiful experience connecting with my daughter over such an amazing thing. So go enjoy her concert, be safe, be prepared, and have the best time of your life.
Open your hands and feel the air, and let the wind's voice take you there. Come feel the changes in the breeze, and if you let.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We intend to play our hearts out for you tonight, Rio. Thank you for being here.
Wow, show's over. Amazing. Like all my makeup on. I only have a little bit of lipstick on, but oh my gosh, amazing, amazing, amazing,
Amazing.
I almost fainted when she came in. I almost fainted.
Yeah, me too. That was magical. It was mystical. I was mesmerized by her beauty and her talent and her passion, and I loved every second of the show. I'm exhausted. It's 11:30 at night. We stayed through the credits to the very end. We're still here, just sopping up all the energy. That was magical. It really was. I loved it.
I had a great time.
It was worth it. It was worth coming back a second time. It was worth making the trip and making it all happen. Shout out to all the Swifties who couldn't come tonight and who had to miss the show on Saturday. Much love to you and all your efforts. We're blessed to be here and we're always grateful. Thanks for watching our videos. Bye.